Hey, how's it going? Colin Daniel here from riffninja.com, here to give you a wee little taste of what's happening on my new beginner's blues riff course. And why don't we get started? The subject for this lesson is transposing. On my course, I discuss it. It's a way to take something you already know and expand. So for example, in one of my prior lessons following this, or before this, should I say, I did this slide riff with a string skip and a vibrato. Now I also talked to you about the scale. This is the E pentatonic minor scale. Now, people always have an issue with this scale because it's visually looks different than the closed version, but it's the same scale. For example, I can go here to the A position, that's 5th fret, and now I have to use, you notice that the bonus of this open scale is that the string nut here does the work of one extra finger, but we're limited to the keys we can play in the open position, which is why we need the closed scale. But this closed scale is the brother or sister of this open scale, just in a different key. So for example, everything that is open on this open scale now has to be played with the first finger. Everything that I played on the open scale with my third finger now has to be played with the pinky. And everything that I played with my second finger has to be played with the third finger, because I go with that rule, like one finger per fret. And since the 5th fret, that's our tonic note, our key note, that's the starting note. Since our 5th fret, and it's not an open scale, we need to play it closed. So we're starting at our 5th fret. So now that's the first finger. Before we had open and then third finger. Now we have 5th fret and pinky. And it has to be the same space, and everybody has an issue about that. But look, if you took a look at the string nut here and you treated that like another fret, you'd have to play behind the fret, and the E pentatonic minor open scale would visually look like this. Which ends up looking like this, just higher, right? So the notes still have the same relationship. They still sound good together because they have the same distances between them, just higher. I mean, you can play this scale anywhere you want. This is the octave, 12th fret. Hear that? Same notes, one octave higher at the 12th fret. Of course, you're not going to play the open strings. You have to play for every open note that we played in the open string, open scale. We have to play at the 12th fret, but it's the same notes. I can't tell you how many solos are based on that. These two scales that work together. You know, the lower octave. You know, so this is the subject of transposing. Really, all you're doing is taking that pattern and moving it up. Your tonic note is your key reference. We're going to take it in A because that's a nice middle of the road key. It's a good key. There's lots of famous songs that are written in that key, lots of famous riffs that are written out of those out of this scale or those notes, right? And so the fingering is, you know, starting with your 5th fret, first finger, then pinky. Now you'll see some guys using your third finger. Well, it's not wrong, and I'm not going to force you to do either way, but I would prefer the pinky. And the reason why is, even though your pinky's weak, develop it, exercise it a bit, you know, work on it, because there's lots of notes in between that you can get, depending on where you want to go musically, that you can add in between them. So if you get in the habit of playing the scale all with your first and third finger, I mean, it works, but you're limiting yourself somewhat. So I use my pinky. So it's first finger, then pinky. First finger, then third finger. And of course, I'm crossing over 2 notes per string. First finger, pinky. First finger, third fret. Or should I say third finger? First finger, third finger. First finger, third finger. first finger, pinky, first finger and pinky. And so it's like first finger on the 5th fret, pinky on the 8th fret. First finger on the 5th fret, third finger on the 7th fret. First finger on the 5th fret, third finger on the 7th fret. First finger on the 5th fret, third finger on the 7th fret. First finger on the 5th fret, pinky on the 8th fret. First finger on the 5th fret, pinky on the 8th. You know, and that's per string, like, you know, 6th string, 5th fret, 6th string, 8th fret. 5th string, 5th fret, 5th string, 7th fret. 4th string, 5th fret, 4th string, 7th fret. 3rd string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret. 2nd string, 5th fret, 2nd string, 8th fret. First finger, 5th fret, first string, 7th, 8th fret, should I say. Yeah. If I have to think about this too much, because I've played the scale so much, I just look at it as a pattern where I'm using 1st and 4th, 1st and 3rd, 1st and 3rd, assigning each finger to a fret position and not moving out of that fret position. So I've got all the passing notes in between it, okay? And this riff that I taught you, on a prior lesson, is going to be moved up. And how do we do that? Well, we relate it to the scale. Transposing means that you're moving all the notes equal distance. Well, if you see how this scale, this E pentatonic minor scale, relates to this A pentatonic minor scale at the 5th fret, then all you have to do is take each of these notes and move it 5 more frets higher. So now it's going to start on the 7th fret and slide up to the 8th. I'm going to use my pinky. And where we had an open string before, we have the 5th fret. And then it goes to the 8th fret, and that's on the 2nd string, back to the 5th fret, 1st string. So now it sounds like this. Then we have to do our string skip, which goes to the 7th fret, 3rd string, using our 3rd finger now, not our pinky. And then just go through your scale for the 5th fret, 3rd string, and then 7th fret, 4th string. And the slide comes right out of this scale. Now you could play that riff anywhere. That'd be in the E scale. One more time. How do I know it's in the E scale? 12th fret is my E note. If I want it in the C scale, that'd be 8th fret root on the 6th string, and everything goes in relation to that. So you can play that anywhere as long as you know, like the key of G, key of A, key of B, key of C, key of D, key of E, 12th fret. Same pattern, same fingers, same movement, just in a different position. You got to watch it as you move up, because the frets start getting closer together, and it's not about the visual distance in millimeters or inches or whatever. It's the distance. Frets are your distance on the instrument of the guitar or any fretted instrument. That's how we measure the distances, through how many frets we play. So if it's a span of 3 frets down here, then it's going to be 3 frets up here, right? 2 frets, then it's 2 frets wherever, right? It all has to follow the same rule. Transposing meaning moving the notes equal distance. Hey, you know what? If you learned something from this and you like this lesson, I cover the subject even better and in a more clear and more defined way on my new course. And you can also check out some more riffs at riffninja.com/easyriffs. All right, I hope you learned something. Have fun. See you later.